So yeah, so the character flaw, and a lot of men, their character flaw and their quality is almost the same thing sometimes. Sometimes it could be that could be my greatest quality and that can be my greatest flaw at the same time.
Right.
You know, which is kind of crazy, man. That's what mine is. You know, I know what mine is. Mine is my generosity, right?
That's your biggest flaw?
That's my biggest flaw and that's my greatest quality.
Okay.
You know, for sure, man. I'm very generous,
So
and
you don't know how to say no.
yes, I struggle with that.
Okay.
You know, but thanks to God, I married the right woman.
To say no for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I got you.
Absolutely.
I got
yeah,
you.
when I say, well, maybe I can. She said, no, you can't.
Right.
Yeah, tell him you can't do it. Yeah, so sometimes people, you know, they're calling, even my family, her family, you know, whatever, calling to borrow money or whatever. They need me to do something for them or they need to borrow a couple dollars. I'm around the corner like hoping she don't hear it. I'm like, yeah, I can help you out. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, who is that? Who you talking to?
So she know her family, right? And how long y'all been married?
We've been together 28 years.
Oh, so she know her family better than you, right?
For sure.
And then she know your family because y'all been together so long.
You better believe it.
So my generosity is up here,
Okay.
right? But what's good about me is everybody now outside of my number that I've had over the last 15 years, which growing up I would never do.
Okay.
I was switching numbers every 30 days like everybody else was. Right?
Okay.
But I don't have a problem saying no. I don't have a problem giving neither.
Okay.
If I got it, if you need it, I'll give it to you. Know why? Because in return, I'll be blessed.
For sure. And I feel the same way, man.
I'll be blessed. You might not get it in the way that you think you're gonna get it, but it's gonna come back some type of way.
For sure.
I just, you just got to make sure that, when they ask for whatever it is, they honest about them.
Yeah.
If you be honest with me, I got it, I give it to you.
For sure.
I ain't gonna loan you nothing.
And see, my generosity runs so deep, Monta, that sometimes I don't even ask what it's for. You know, sometimes I tell my wife, I say, so and so need this. She's like, what they need it for? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't ask those questions. Right. I didn't ask any of those questions.
Right.
You know. Right.
So it's like
me and her always laugh about that.
Just a guy at the grocery, at the gas station, right? He come to your car asking for $5.
Yeah.
Right. Usually you know what they're getting it for.
For sure.
So I would say, what you getting it for? If you lie to me, I'm not gonna give it to you. Tell me the truth. Because if you tell me the truth, then you'll get it. But if you lie to me, I'm not gonna give it to you. Tell me the truth. Be honest with me. And I'm gonna give it to you. I have no problem. Know why? I'm gonna get it somewhere in the back end. Might not be this year, might not be next year. But sooner or later, that blessing will come back to me some type of way.
For sure. Yeah. And man, I think about this sometimes. I think about the blessing already been given to me.
Think about that.
I feel like, man, bro, I am so blessed, man. And, God has blessed me with, an abundance in so many areas. And I'm not just talking about finances. In so many areas, God has blessed me with the ability to do things. Bro, I don't mind helping people out.
Well, guess what? He blessed you with the ability to do things financially, spiritually, mentally, in order so you can be a blessing to somebody.
There you go. Be a blessing to others.
And then when you are blessed and you don't bless that person or somebody else, guess what? Your blessing gonna stop.
There you go. You will lose it.
He need a steward.
You better believe it.
You gotta be the steward.
Hey, Monta, Tyler Perry talked about having a moment one time where his load was just too heavy and he had to get some help. Have you ever had one of those moments, man, where just your mental load was just like too heavy?
Every morning.
Every morning. Good God Almighty.
Every morning.
Now that's a busy man.
Every morning. Every morning because, in the position that I have now, sometimes you like waking up at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
With a problem that's 100 miles an hour. Sometimes you're waking up with a text or a call with just a rant or a hello, how you doing? You never know what you're gonna get when you pick the phone up.
That's right.
But every morning. But I will take a deep breath, know why I'm put here, and I'll just face it head on.
Okay. Understand what your assignment is.
It is what it is. If not me, who?
I like that, man. I
But
like
every
that.
morning, definitely, every morning.
Wow.
And I was diagnosed with PTSD in the military.
Okay.
Well, after I came from the military. So I kind of know the difference between that and when you need a mental break, right? So for the most part, because it's been going on for so long, I understand, like, okay, well, I just need to take a deep breath, right? Walk outside, throw some water on my face,
Yeah.
reset,
Settle things down a little bit.
move forward.
I got you. Yeah. One of my mentors, man, he's has done well in life, right? He's a millionaire. And
What classifies a millionaire?
huh?
What classifies as a millionaire?
Oh my God. I guess the level of for him, the classification would be the level of business that he does, you know.
$1 million every year?
Multi.
$multi-million every year.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. I'm just asking.
He's one of my mentors, man, and I lean on him for a lot of things, man. He kind of guides me through life, not just financially. He guides me financially, but not just financially, on some just life stuff, right? And he said when his phone get to ringing in the morning, right? Because fires, like you said, fires are jumping off first thing in the morning, and people are calling your phone because they need you to put the fire out.
Yeah.
And he said he had to, rather than get up and start answering emails first thing in the morning, he said had to start taking some time to just meditate. Like, let me read a scripture in the morning. Let me just open the Bible, read a scripture, before I respond to any emails or any fires that happened since the last time you had access to me. Right. And he said he seen his day become more prosperous when he was able to do that. You know, like, man, let me just take a little time for myself.
You have to take that time. And for me, like, alarm will go off, and I hit snooze, alarm will go off, I hit snooze. But before I actually get up to start my day, even, if it's after, putting a fire out or two, or before, I'll take and say, you know what, let me get 15 minutes to myself to do whatever it is I want to do.
For sure.
And that's what I do.
Sometimes,
because that's all really I have.
Yeah.
And sometimes I only have that.
That's right.
But I'll make myself have at least 15 minutes to do it exactly whatever it is I want to do, mental, because it's all mental.
That's right.
Right. Mentally, let me take this 15 minutes to myself, and after that 15 minutes, put your boots on and let's go.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
I like that, bro. I like that. Well, man, I guess. Thank you for diving into all of that, man. I appreciate you.
I tried to hold. I held back, but I gave you enough. I held back, but I gave you enough. But yeah, bro, I appreciate you inviting me over. It actually meant a lot for you to ask me.
Okay.
I don't know what type of nerve you got, but I try to do what I can do if I can do it, when I can do it.
For sure.
And because you asked me, I felt like you really wanted me.
I did.
So that meant a little bit to me.
For sure.
So let me go over here and get with you.
I like that.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I saw on another podcast, Steve Harvey was on the podcast, and the guy said, "Steve, you don't even do this kind of stuff." And Steve said, "I don't."
Right.
He said, "I don't." He said, "What made you come?" And he said, "Man, I saw y'all podcast, and y'all was having some moments where men needed y'all. Like, men was having some real moments." And he said, "I saw y'all wrap your arms around the brother, say, look, man, we're going to work through this together. Right. These are life situations, and we're going to work through this together." And he said, when I saw that kind of carrying on your podcast, and when you asked me, I said, I could do that.
So you sent me over, what we were talking about, right? Uh-huh. And I read it. I'm very hesitant to do anything.
Okay.
Right.
You thinking it through?
I'm thinking it through. I'm very hesitant to do anything.
That's right. You got to know what's on the other side of this.
Right. So, and I read, I'm like, you know what? And I told you, like, how I do play the shadows. That's me. That's me. Anything can be going on. You might see me in the corner.
For sure.
You might see me. And if you see me, I ain't gonna be there long.
That's right.
Right. So when you sent over what we was gonna talk about, I thought to myself, maybe it's time for people to hear exactly my thoughts on some of these issues.
For
Because
sure.
a lot of people who know me, right, family-wise. I never talk about it. I never talk about it. And for the most part, they never seen me fail at anything I did. I'm the knee baby to my family.
Okay.
Right? But it's like 12 grandkids from my grandmother. And I'm not the youngest, but I'm one of the youngest. But every last one of them look up to me.
For sure.
And it's kind of hard to, have siblings and first cousins and all these cousins looking up to you when you're damn near the baby. But what taught me a lesson at work, one of the guys can retire anytime he get ready, right? He's working his butt off, and I'm like, I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
Especially at that age. I don't want to be that. What you gonna do? What you gonna do so that you don't be that?
Gotcha.
Right? And not to talk down on him. It's just I observe enough to know, okay, I'm going out in the street. I got to make a change. Am I going to make a detour? Right? Turn around? But what am I going to do? And I knew then, you know what? I'm going to be this person that they need me to be, that they need me to be anyway. And that's what it is. You got these 60, 70-year-olds still looking up to me.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me, right? I don't want to, they're like, what was you doing your whole life?
Yeah.
Right? But you want to say, well, you know what? You take the good with the bad. You learn from whoever you need to learn from. And you move forward. And
like I said, man, you have a hell of a role, man. You are leading hundreds of men.
Yeah.
And that's different. So when I think about the content of the podcast, right? I'm like, men need to hear that. They need to hear that. They need to hear from you, because a lot of brothers are in your position and or similar position, right? And they don't know how to maintain. They don't know how to maintain. They don't know how to hold it together. They don't know how to, do those things. So, like I say, my passion is the development of men. That's my passion, always been. I've been the head of a brotherhood of men. I've been a chairman for 10 years, leading men. And leading men is challenging, bro. Just like you said, men are looking up to you, and some of them are twice your age.
Right.
That kind of stuff. So,
so how do you lead, man? What do you do? What do you do exactly? Bro, how do you reach these individuals who are, I don't want to say WH, but WH? How do you you was taught whatever you was taught growing up, right? You develop a sense of whatever you needed for you.
Okay.
Because you are leading and living your life.
That's right.
You're living it for you and your family, right? For these guys who are WH, what do you tell them?
I try to meet them where they are. I try to meet them where they are mentally. And I think most men need to know that they're not the only one that's going through whatever they're going through. Like, you're not the only one.
Right.
Like, somebody else is going through something similar as well.
Right.
So that's one thing. I try to give sound advice. If I give advice, if I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. I'm not going to tell you anything crazy that I don't know the outcome of it, right? So I try to give sound advice, and I try to be a listening ear. Sometimes men just need somebody to hear them.
For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
As men, we don't have a lot of platforms where we can say what we want to say.
Because you can be held accountable for what you say.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Sometimes you're in front of your children, you can't say exactly what you feel. Sometimes you're in front of your wife, you can't say exactly what you feel.
Right.
You're in front of your coworkers, you're in front of your bosses. Sometimes you can't say exactly what you feel. So what that does is it suppresses things inside of us.
Is that good or bad?
It's good and bad. Because what it does, teaches you patience. This ain't the right time to say it. So that patience, it teaches you patience. And you learn, like, there's a time and place to say things, right? And that's kind of like one of the best lessons you can ever learn. There's a time and place. Our parents used to say that to us all the time. And the other thing, and when I say it could be a bad thing, is sometimes it builds up when you hold it in. Sometimes it builds up, and it builds up in a negative way.
Right.
So,
So, I know you're not a doctor, right? I know you're not a doctor. So when you
far from it.
So when you let it build up, at what time? When do you release it, and it not be emotional?
So I think when you do release it, it comes in different forms, right? Sometimes it's in the love that you put out to the people around you. Sometimes it's released in that way. Sometimes it's released in whatever you enjoy doing, whatever you get your life pleasures from. Sometimes you're able to release it in that realm. And then therapy. Therapy is always a good one.
Okay.
Therapy is dude, I recommend therapy for anybody.
You been to therapy?
I've been to therapy.
Okay.
I've been to therapy.
Okay.
When my kids became adults, when they was turning into adults, I had to get some help.
Why?
Yeah, it was, dude.
You were scared to let them go?
Scared to let them go. And
That's that love and fear.
Yes.
That you spoke of.
That's right. That's exactly what it was. Okay. So I didn't have any like real mental issues, but I was having trouble processing. Now they're making all their own decisions.
Anxieties.
Yeah. So I had trouble processing all of that. But outside of that, man, a lot of my therapy comes through this right here. Me and you sitting here talking.
Yeah.
You know, if I can talk to somebody who can give me sound counsel, I can give them sound counsel. That's a therapy session.
It is.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
Look, I get it. I did a little therapy. Like I said, PTSD from the military. I did a little therapy.
Okay.
Right. I was hesitant. Right. I still hold back from them.
I got you.
But I wanted to see exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of it I didn't like because they actually had me not just a conversation. It was doing these assignments, doing this, that. I'm like,
it was giving you homework?
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I don't have time for the stuff I have going on right now. How you gonna give me some action?
But throw some more on my plate.
Yeah, so
I came here to lighten my load.
Yeah. You adding to it. So but I get it. I get it because once you talk and you have a natural, free-flowing, unbiased conversation, you can release some of that, just a little bit of stress.
Yes, you can, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Absolutely, man. And I encourage brothers to do that all the time, bro.
Well, a lot of people not gonna do it.
That's right.
But if you speak on it positively, when they get to a point, they'll do it.
For sure.
But you gotta have the right therapist.
That's right.
You gotta have the right therapist.
That's right. You better believe it. So. And I'm far from a therapist, but I've had some brothers share with me. I've had, a lot of grown men come to me and say, hey, bro, at my darkest times, if you weren't there, bro, I don't know what I would have done.
You got a good speaking voice. A good speaking voice. I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
You got a good speaking voice. You got a good speaking voice and very calming, right? You know what I'm saying? You when you talk, I listen. You know
I appreciate that.
You're not just speaking from emotion.
For
right?
sure.
I feel like that when you speak, it's something that was already thought out.
Yes.
Versus, a lot of guys who speak, just hollering out of the mouth.
Absolutely.
You're just wanting to be heard versus you, I think, honestly, has actually went home, thought about it, and said, you know what? I want to bring this up versus just me.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah. I respect that.
Just yelling fire.
Right. I definitely respect that.
Understood. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you recognize that in me, man.
I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous.
Jealous of what?
I'm jealous on that. I'm jealous because initially you have it, right? I gotta work. I ain't gonna say work my way up to it. You have to work me up to that.
Okay.
You start off that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit back and monitor what you got going on first before I say anything.
There you go.
But you, it's just free flowing, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I appreciate it. But that sitting back and observing works for you.
It's did wonders.
That's right. It works for you big time.
For me, it did wonders to the point where I honestly don't understand outside of it being divine. I don't understand and really get how I've even got to this point.
For sure.
Because of how I am. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But it's worked for me this far.
You here now, brother.
It must be working.
You here now.
Yeah, it's working.
So no.
Yeah.
Monta, man, again, man, I can't thank you enough for stopping by the podcast this evening,
problem,
bro.
no problem.
And dropping a little knowledge on us, man. Just, telling your story from your perspective, man.
Yeah, you invite me back no time soon, man.
No time soon.
You invite me back, I probably release a little bit more, probably a few more Jews. I have a lot.
I got you. I believe
I don't
that,
know.
bro.
I don't know where they came from.
I believe it.
But I have them.
Sure enough, man. It's your superpower, man.
My superpower.
I like it, man. Yeah. Monta, thanks again, man. I appreciate you, brother.